From your standpoint, your awareness, your experience, what kind of capability do the Iranians have to reach these bases in Europe?
Yes, certainly. So I think first it's important to scope which bases in Europe. As you've indicated, Cyprus is a very likely choice. It would almost certainly, I think, be some kind of base or nation in Europe that is providing access or basing for U.S. forces in much the same way that Iran has attacked Kuwait, Qatar, Jordan, other regional nations that are hosting U.S. forces. In terms of capability, if we're looking at Cyprus, it is feasible for missiles from Iran to go as far as Cyprus. When you start extending that far, say 1,000 kilometers, you do begin to lose accuracy, and that's a problem. They could fire at Cyprus with drones that were launched closer from some kind of proxy, whether that was in Syria, in Lebanon, even in Iraq, and then potentially even sabotage of some kind of sleeper cell or operatives that are closer to Cyprus. But I think that's primarily what we would be looking at is potentially missiles, drones, also potentially sabotage.
General, there's one line that jumps out to me, and it's that Iran's retaliation would depend on Washington's action, according to the insiders. How real and tangible is this threat, or is this just the Iranians using the press as a negotiating tool?
Well, I think both are quite feasible. One, I think the threat of launching some kind of attack against a European state that is hosting or enabling U.S. military capabilities that are being used against Iran is a threat in case the United States escalates. I think it's using these kinds of leaks or communication as a warning of this is what could happen should the U.S. grow tired of this sort of economic standoff and return to more kinetic strikes. In much the same way that in this last round of strikes, they exhibited an ability to use proxies to expand against broader oil infrastructure, whether that was in the Red Sea or in Egypt. I think they're also saying, look, we could go even further and we could go to European bases that are hosting your forces should you choose to return to an escalatory kinetic path.